their map. It's really down to BREN Esports to show us that class that we know they have.
Couldn't agree more. And pistol rounds, if you thought were valuable enough, they are super valuable in bind. They could make the difference, especially if you're on attack. So, BREN starting on defense. Gotta start stringing those rounds together now, so that way the attack is a lot more easier when you get into that next half.
You really do want to look for some of these rounds here. Want to push up aggressively, find those frags. That's why we're seeing BREN Esports with 2 players up in that position right now. Both of these teams have been very aggressive so far in looking for those opening frags and opening pieces of information, so it's always interesting to see how that works out. X10 don't overextend, however, on this B side. They know they want to execute towards the A site and drop those players on down. So you see the utilities starting to come on in. The push is executed.
Again, pushing through a little shot
Jink.
through the smoke.
Planted.
Almost brings down Foxes, but it's spiked down, and they get one tap to the head, and Borkum is gone, and almost their friend too. Dispenser will be able to find Sushi Boys at least, but I mean the spikes have been playing, and the clock is ticking. Rook.
Yeah, they managed to clear out the player along long hauls. So that means, Fox just barely survives there. The diffuser, they're defusing. They won't be able to deny it. They push on through. Ching takes them down, and that is frags aplenty. As finally we see Fox fall
In the wing, and they were able to retake it with an even matchup. So smart stuff from BREN from disengaging. Really passive stuff, enjoying it a lot.
You do well. Pooh. Dashing out of position, coming back for more, but, well, his shotgun is a little bit bigger than yours. Dubstep finds that frag, and BREN Esports in a great spot right now. They have a huge advantage in terms of this weaponry. They're looking to flaunt it because they've got it. Ching takes down Crows, and that means that BREN Esports, up 3 players, up weapons. It's going to be oh so hard for X10 to be actually able to find this, but a good frag onto Ching there opens up their sight, and as much as they might be able to get the spike down, I think this retake is going to be ever so easy for BREN. Those frags coming through. Sushi Boys making it happen. 4 HP. Honestly, these players surviving on such low HP every single time. X10 are well within a shot now.
Really did feel realistic for a second there, that's for sure. Though, the health does make me feel like it's still in favor for BREN, and I don't think we're going to see the momentum stop there. Dispenser
30 seconds left.
could pretty much close this out of the so desire, but that's a pretty good smoke if they can get the plant. No information. They shoot through the smoke. That tags them up pretty nicely. And they get the plant. They actually can fall back into shower. So this is pretty huge for X10.
Yeah, X10 looking to hold this angle. Dispenser just sticking the defuse position. Oh, gets the half charge. There it comes. Sushi Boys finds the frag onto Jesse. And Dispenser is just baiting out these shots. Get completely shut down.
Look at the right corner. And I love the patience coming in from Sushi Boys there. So, at the moment, I just hope they don't rely on them too much for clutching out the entire round. But maybe with opening frags like that from Fox, you don't have to worry about it too much. Might be looking for a second here.
Yep. Push comes on through. They find those frags. X10 looking to make it happen. They're all piled up in this one angle, but they're going for the TP. It was a bait and switch. Dubstep will not be able to find their frag with that shorty. You can see now that BREN are just being thrown for a loop. They're making that rotate around. They're not going through the teleporter. 3 HP on the board for Crows, but it gets picked out of the air. Jing with some good spam through there. Dispenser finds another as well, and that brings it to 3 versus 3. And still waiting on the back angle, but no committal yet from BREN Esports. They're starting to move through more main areas. Dubstep, I don't know what exactly the plan was with that shorty at long range, but it's going to have to be Ching and the other player alive right now to make those plays forward. Dubstep gives away some information with their body, but Sushi Boys hold strong, and it's just Dispenser now versus 2. They're moving positions. They know where he's coming from. He's going to be able to move on in with that Sheriff. But again, the Molly's in the way. He's going to be able to get a rifle. He knows the players are in position, expecting them up in heaven. That molly just lasts so long. Dispenser, this is going to stick it. They know they need to push towards him. There comes the shot. And BREN Esports yet again lose out on
a lot more realistic. I mean, honestly, Sushi just really nicely done being able to get this information right off the bat. We'll see how it goes, though. We do see more weaponry getting ready. I would love maybe to see a little more aggression from BREN, or just trying to get that early information of knowing where they're going to go which site.
Hunter Shuri comes out from X10 here, trying to get some information, maybe find some damage, but Fox finds nothing early on here. X10, they're spread out. They're looking for info. They're not committing too hard. They're playing a more sensible game right now. We've seen flashes of aggression from them. We've seen flashes of greatness, for sure, from both sides. But it seems like the ones who are more timely in their response seem to be the ones to come out on top. And interestingly enough, it's not the more veteran side. Ching, still playing from heaven, looking to try and deny this. They push on through. Poo finds that frag, and BREN, they do get one back. Borkum pushing on through with that opportunity there. Had that ultimate, so
Whoa!
Just going to run it straight back. How did he make that happen? Big mistakes coming through here. Flash to try and deny. Borkum means that now they are up a player. The spike, I don't believe it's gone down yet. No, X10 just have not committed. They can't commit. There's no opportunity here. They're going to rotate. They want to make this play happen. You can see that they're starting to rotate on over.
I like the start of the rotate as well. It's very smart. Make the best of worst situation. Now X10. Oh, dubstep. Gonna try to pick off some people coming in from the rotate. Actually is going to miss. Sova coming in from market.
Shutting down players who could be coming from over, but there's no one there. All important in the angle. A quick 2K there. Brilliant stuff again by Foxes, but there comes the frag. He turns up. Sushi Boys holding the angle, spraying through, but hits it. Finally stops the diffuser from going. They're looking for the kill. There it comes, so darn low. Sushi Boys just holding the angle, finishes things off. And if you need some
sushi button, oh man. That is sort of a motto for life, though. When in doubt, sushi.
It's a good plan. Sushi is pretty good, and I mean, both food and video gaming. X10 right now on a little bit of a tear on this attacking side here on Bind, and not exactly words you expect to see. Good frag back from Dispenser, keeping things relatively even, but they are still down in terms of weaponry. I don't think they even got the rifle out of that. Actually, I think he might have claimed it. Spencer doesn't manage to hold the angle. This means that X10 can start to make that execute happen. 4 versus 3. 3 versus 3 is Ching. He's no slouch with that Sheriff either. Ready to let this push come on in and deny it as they try to go for that spike plant. You can see that he's waiting in the wings in that bathroom. There's no committal yet. We know that X10 could easily just up and leave, head towards that B site in BREN. You see that the Raze was turning around there, expecting something a little bit different, expecting the rotate, expecting the teleport, moves on over, wants to bring that showstopper to bear, but doesn't find anything. Oh, gets poo! They don't manage to get the spike down. This is massive. Dubstep trying to move on back. They teleported away. X10 looking to catch them off guard again. 2 versus 3. There was someone waiting. There it comes. He ultimated all the way over. It's 1 versus 3. Can Sushi Boys clutch it out again? Finds that first frag, looking for a little bit more, but gets wallbanged out there. And BREN Esports.
I'm sure they're going to steal a gun or something here now coming into play. That said, though, really smart stuff. I am hoping now we see a little more baiting of utility here and getting that information. So I'm loving seeing this from BREN. They really secured it, knew what was happening, and they read the opponent very well, Rook.
Indeed, they did. Well played from BREN to be able to pick up that last round. And again, playing a more sensible and reserved game. We've been seeing these teams start to move a little bit more towards that dubstep. Picks them off. Oh, doesn't even find the damage there. Brilliant stuff by BREN as well to pick off another frag with that Hunter series. So X10 down 2 players. I think if they lose this, their economy will be reset. This will be big for BREN here if they can find this, but it is still a big if, even though they're 2 players up. Dubstep holding this, though, doesn't even amount to anything. I thought he was going to be able to find that frag there, but Fox on the ball right now. 1 over an elbow, 1 back towards that defending, so that attacking side. Borkum takes down 2, takes down 3, and shuts down those remaining players. We've seen them pop off, and they absolutely can do it.
Sushi Boy, a lot of time I haven't even seen use their own gun except for the sheriff, so we'll see what happens here. Though, with all that information, I don't know if they can find anything. Gets at least 1 tag, but Dubstep's going to be able to wrap that up. And they will go back into their hidey hole. Love that they all push together, but that means that A is pretty exposed right now.
Yeah, Ching is still on that site. A little bit of backup. The peak will come through. Fox taken down early on here, just overextending, not respecting the fact that he was going to be right there. Dispenser's taken off the board, and Pooh is rushing on through, trying to back players up with that ability to use those knives. Crows pushing forward aggressively. No, getting shot in the back, didn't flick around in time to deal with Ching, and that means that this is going to be such an easy opportunity to close out. Ching doesn't quite finish off the player. He's able to push themselves into a very solid position, and well, with the Pooh going down like that, there's only 1 left, and exactly where Scary is. BREN pick up round.
Can't ask for much more than that, but now X10 back into buying it, but we'll have to wait and see. As ultimates are lined up for them, will they be able to get the value of the ultimates, Rook?
Absolutely. Borkum pushing up aggressively again. BREN just buying a lot of space off of this X10 side. Spencer holds strong. They do get traded back, so it is 3 versus 3. They very much have a positioning advantage right now. They're going to get right onto site. Those smokes go on in. Borkum taken off the board, denied by Sushi Boys there, who was expecting that push to come from behind, especially with that Quantum Thief as well. It's just 1 left again on this defending side, while Pooh is likely to dispatch Jesse Vash in a very short order. Brilliant stuff there by X10.
At the moment, Dubstep does have the showstopper almost ready and waiting. Just needs 1 more frag or just a skill herb to get it. See if they can find it, but Pooh says no to even giving any information. You know they're near Hookah. Could potentially be a B push. Or no, sorry, A push, excuse me.
Right here.
They are committing towards it. They're getting ready to put down those smokes. Scary knows how important they are. They're going to start to put down that firewall. Hopefully it'll provide them enough protection there. As you can see, smoke from the Omen trying to buy a lot of utility. They're waiting a lot. You see the smokes come on through. Gave it a little bit time over, and Ching does find some good damage. It's not enough to nail anyone down. Jesse is looking for that frag, and Dispenser continues to push in from that side. They are forced off completely, and X10 have to burst back onto that site again. Completely split off. Ching takes down Pooh as they try to get aggressive. Dispenser holds strong again, and Ching just adds to that pile. Dubstep finds that final one.
Start baiting utility and play a little more of that passive style that we saw back in Haven that did win them that map.
Ching playing up again in this angle. And X10 playing again more towards that mid. Don't want to overextend and don't really want to push into that A site in the same way. It has been a real problem from there. They've been struggling to make it work, so I like that Pooh is already in that position. Borkum takes him down super quickly, though, with Dubstep pushing up as well. There is free frag after free frag. It's down to 1 player left, and that is just easily cleaned up. Fox on this position, and X10, as you kind of said before, it's not the end of the world if they don't even pick up any more rounds here, but they're still getting absolutely
try to have it their way. But they're so spread out. Usually if you're going to do the sports, I like to push in as a group, but they want to get information first, but I do worry that they will be spread out for far too long, Rook.
Yeah, they need to coalesce at some point and look for that opportunity. Minute 30 on the clock. They still have a lot of time to look for these executes. X10, again looking for this A-site execute. You can see 3 players on the BREN esports side already positioned on this site. Pooh goes down instantly. Borkum finding those frags left, right, and center, playing the 7th position. Just seems oh so easy for him. Runs out of ammo, but those frags come through anyway. The rest of BREN just drop on them. Like, it's just such a good opportunity, easily executing these remaining members. They're just going to back on off and bide their time. Unlikely X10 is going to be able to pick up this round, but they're really looking for that next one where they can put some money into it.
Sushi is looking at least to maybe take a gun or two. They won't realize somebody is in there onto the right side of showers.
30 seconds left.
Smoke comes out. Hear the shower step, and it's just going to be a duel for nothing. Fortunately, meanwhile, Scary does get taken down. And I don't know if you're going to be able to take out one more gun, which would be super nice, but I think that's all for not. Whoa, okay, they got at least Ching. And
if they can keep this up, as good as X10 looked on the last map, if BREN are evolving and able to deal with these problems that they had before, they should be in such a great spot. Great concussion there, hitting 3 members, but there was no one to follow up on it, so it just doesn't happen. X10 unable to properly capitalize off that one, and that recon bolt doesn't find all too much. Drone's going to get shot out. Oh, just barely. They're going to know there's a player just to the left here. Ultimate comes on through, trying to make it happen, but Dubstep is picked out of the sky, and Borkum is taken out by the sky as it falls down upon them. Good play here. The retake is coming on through as they're trying to execute on at the same time. Both teams vying for control. And it's just down to 1. Ching isn't able to stop it. A 7-5 half for X10. I agree with you. I think X10 are very happy with that 5.
oh yeah, that's a feather in your cap for sure. I mean, are you kidding me? You're 8 going up against an extremely powerful opponent. You are also on top of that having a...
It makes such a difference to the tone of the rest of your half because of that economic advantage you get.
Let's see what they can find here. It looks like a very aggressive B push right now. As they are about to get ready. Will Sushi Boys and the gang take care of the clutch, or will they just fall apart? About to find out. They do have information already off the bat, Rook.
They do. Poot finds that first frag, and well, Fox pushed right back. BREN are right on site already. They clear it out, they check it out, but there's a flank and a half. Crows goes down, however, Borkum does force him back, and well, Poot gets caught out by Dispenser. Good shots at range from Borkum. Claim yet another victim, and that is just down to 1 for X10 here. As BREN Esports looking like they're gonna pick up this pistol round yet again. That scanner dart is easily gonna allow them to do that one. And BREN Esports
given, duct tape and some glue and said make a round out of this, and they certainly have. And they're choosing to go for a 4-stack with the Bucky. So let's see if they can find something. It's not just shorties, it's Bucky's, Rook.
I mean, I've seen some pretty crazy stuff happen with Bucky's before. I would not be surprised to see them happen again. Surprised to see Fox getting away with that, though, peeking out into 3, but just at the right timing, they couldn't deal with them. That means Fox is able to get out of dodge, and we can see this rotate coming over very, very quickly here. Smoke goes through onto Fox, trying to deny them that chance to push. Takes out that drone, and is still waiting for their time to shine right now. Scary, waiting on site as well. X10 just looking for that time to shine. We could easily still see a rotate. It can still happen. Dubstep is waiting outside of Hooker here, knowing that executing in here could be oh so difficult. Borkum gonna lead that charge most likely, as does still have those flashes up, wants to try and make that play, just moves on in, doesn't even flash. Looking to catch them off guard, playing close to the wall. There's an easy frags coming through. They clean up the Hooker players while 1 frag comes through. 2 frags comes through. It's only 2, and now it's easy to clean up. BREN Esports pick up that round.
Defense, you technically have better corners to hold, and you are not in a position where you have to worry too much about being the aggressor in this matchup, as you are on the defense side, obviously. So, potentially, it may work out. But as I say that...
Well, unfortunately, Curse comes to fruition there. X10, well, they've still got control of the site. They're making good usage of the weaponry that they have. Smokes go on through. BREN Esports haven't quite committed yet to that push onto the A site. The B, not open either. Right now, X10 happy to play across these Borkum upgrades to that Vandal. And it looks like they're heading towards this B site. Now there's only 1 player there, and even they are backing off. This could be a bit of a problem for X10 right now. They're wide open. The rotates might just make it back in time, but they're still going to be that little bit slower than they potentially would have liked. No peak comes out yet. They're able to get into position. That arrow won't show anything here because, well, X10 is just a little bit further back. Arrow comes through to try and deny. Waiting in the wings. Takes down that push. Trying to spray. Trying to deny. The arrow, again, trying to hold this position. Some good damage coming down, but hasn't finished anyone off yet. Moves on over the molly. Scary finds 2 for his third. Crows is just behind him. What a spray down. Scary with the 4K.
This is what we saw. We saw that they were baiting out utility, getting information, trying to deny as much info to their opponents as possible, and then taking it down. And that's how they won that map previously, Brooke.
Right there.
Absolutely. BREN, we've seen them look strong before on that previous map. They looked like they were going to take it, but X10 were able to clutch it out. And when it comes down to the clutch, I think a team with Sushi Boy on it, like, what do you do against that? Because he is the clutch meister, and X10 could just look to finish things off again. But BREN, piling in towards the safe site, this is their big opportunity.
Looking prime and ripe for the opportunity to pick. And they are about to go picking through the orchards as they will go ahead and start mowing down. The site is entirely open, and unfortunately Sushi Boy is down, so your Clutch Master 5000 is gone. You better start picking up some of that slack. I joke, of course, but it is going to be an uphill battle nonetheless. It is 3v5 right now, Rook. Oh,
It is. Oh, Fox goes down as well. Ching finds that shot, and X10 down to 2 players versus 5, and then there was 1. Just that last remaining player, and Crows doesn't even know where to go. BREN looking like they might pick up and bind here, and, well, I'm certainly excited to go to Ascent.
will we get your wish to come true? It's potential. I mean, no save. Really would like to see XTEN start saving now, because after this round, they need to start playing for the overtime again, and the overtime is much further away than it was last time.
We do. Ultimate available for X10. They have these rifles to try and work with. At least I think they do.
They got a couple.
No, okay, they don't. Okay, I was. They have the Stinger. That's what I thought was a rifle there for a second.
It's like a rifle.
They've got these shotguns.
Mini.
Oh, they've got something.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, they have the ultimate to play with. If BREN Esports makes some mistakes, get caught up by their shotguns, it could be a real problem for them. They need to play these longer angles, and I think BREN have been really solid at actually doing that. A lot of respect on this team. They know that X10 are going to punish them if they go for these closer and more cheeky angles. They know that they need to just push in more solidly, go for these defaults, and shut them out. All the utility goes on in. Sushi Boys trying to find that wall bang, but, well, BREN finds Fox as they push on in, and X10 are already down. I don't even think they want to be committing that Brimstone ultimate. It would be nice if they could find a frag off of it, but it just ain't happening. Barely doesn't kill that player. You hate to see it. BREN find another frag off of Jesse Vash there, and, well, X10 down to 2 players. Sushi Boys just cannot make it happen, and BREN, yet again, finding these frags, moving up to 11 rounds, and, well, it looks like they're going to be closing out this map in pretty short order.
They're pulling out the big guns. I'm excited to see what this plan is. Unless they just get steamrolled by BREN. Potentially, they might just be going for the B push. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, Rook.
Absolutely. It's interesting to see that they've been committing so hard and getting away with it when X10 was so good at punishing some of these holds so far. And especially in the previous match, it was one of those things we were kind of highlighting. There it comes. We see the ultimate come out, the Hunter's Fury, try and deny.
Oh,
Fox doesn't actually find anything. It's Pooh who finds that first frag as Borkham just gets caught out. And X10 up a player, but still down 5 rounds. This is going to be difficult for them nonetheless. Pushing on out. That's an operator shot and a half. Pooh is easily just going to get the heck out of dodge and not get caught out at all. In fact, setting up a second vantage point from which to play. They push out, the shot whips, but Pooh, again, putting pressure on them. Showstopper comes on through. They are out in the open. This could be an easy frag coming through, but Pooh, he shuts them down. 3 versus 2. 2 versus 2 is Jesse. Finds the all-important frag. The X10 guys are going to be moving on into this site now. 30 seconds on the clock, and now spike planted. Sushi Boys expecting to deal with these players. Gets hit by that arrow. That is brutal. Is now down to half health, starting to move on towards U-Hauls. They're going to try and pincer it, but they need to do it quickly. They don't have a huge amount of time to work with. Sushi Boys getting ready in the position, expecting the player takes down one, but that will give them away. The spray comes on through. And
just get the heck out and dodge like you said, and just, you know, make sure that you don't give any type of advantage to your opponent and try to get all the value you can. A little bit of greed doesn't hurt anybody sometimes, Rook.
Absolutely. Sushi Boys, again, looking for this info. And, well, greeding for those kills, I think, is something XTEN are going to need to do. They need every advantage they can get to be able to pull this one out. But BREN Esports, 4 ultimates up, all the rifles that they could ask for, really putting that pressure onto X10. It's going to be down to Pooh once again, I feel, with that operator to make their presence felt. They turn away. Worst possible time. Borkland doesn't get caught out for that little shoulder peek there. And Pooh just unable to find these angles, often getting forced off. BREN still, I believe, looking towards that A site.
Here.
At least have the information, so if they push into this, they're going to be in for a rude awakening. BREN Esports.
Yeah. There it is. We run it back, trying to make things happen. Wants to play towards this opportunity. The paranoia might be enough, but you can see Pooh waiting around the corner with the right click. Has more, doesn't find enough, unfortunately. But see, he'll do the job. He's got you covered. Don't worry. Dubstep goes down. 4 versus 3 as well as Crows finds that frag. Spike carrier goes down. They're just trying to deny it. Ching starting to move on in. That Quantum Thief goes on through the ultimate to try and deny. Ching doesn't even find the frag. The spike is stopped again. There isn't enough time. Sushi Boys versus this last remaining player, but doesn't win out. Spencer manages to survive.
So, you know, this is going to be hard. The economy is going to be basically in ultra despair after this for the side of BREN, and they got so much information. That was a huge error from Fox. I honestly think, they're a little thrown off right now on the side of BREN. Rook.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't really teleporting.
Okay.
Looking for this opportunity. They're just going for it. BREN jump on in. They find a frag. And they come thick and fast. 2 plays remaining from X10. They don't have a lot of chances. They managed to get refragged. Borkham is up and Adam. X10. They know it's going to have to be another last round. BREN Esports put them.
Screw it attitude of like, they know we're here. Let's just do it, guys. And, yeah. I like it. They just are not prepared for it. They played passive, and mixing up playstyles is always important when you're already, you know, in such a commanding lead. You can start experimenting with the playstyle. That said, though, yeah, I like this aggression. They're still going for it. It works right now, and they are still going to be able to close it down. That said, Crows trading it out. Borkham going down is pretty massive, and it looks like Sushi Boys is hanging out in the back, but meanwhile, while Sushi Boys is shift walking all the way over back to A, their friends are going down one by one. Fox is trying to at least keep it even. 3v2 right now, Rook.
Yeah, and they're quite far away. You can see that, well,
Last player standing.
Fox wants to push on in here. Oh, Sushi Boy's going down. That has turned this from a possible into a... Nope, nada. And Fox pushing versus 3 players to try and get this defuse. It just ain't happening. Baiting out, gets shot through the wall. They peek up to the right. Shots land. BREN Esports take map to 13-8. It's a lot of 13-8s so far today, and this is yet the 3rd one. We have 1 more map sent, and honestly, with the way these have been going, I'm so excited for it.